Hi, this is Lori, and this is my homework for Paul McWhorter's Pico W course, lessons 40 through 43. In these lessons, we're learning to use the accelerometer on the MPU 6050 IMU. I'll just show briefly some of the programs that I put together. I don't have anything earth-shattering here. I'm just demonstrating that I'm still following along and really enjoying the course. Here's the code that we put together during lesson 40, and the first homework was just to add in the z-axis acceleration, print those results to the screen, and then visualize them in the plotter. So let's go ahead and get that running. And there we can see, I think the other homework a little bit later was, to predict what we thought the z was going to give, and I did at least get that right. And I said physics wasn't my thing, but I was pretty sure it was the z-axis would show 1g because I did understand that the gravity was acting on it, and that's exactly what we see. So that's great. And then, as Paul showed us, we can tilt it, and we can change, the axis that is experiencing the force of gravity. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We go this way. We can change it to the y and so forth. So yeah, that works pretty well. So let's go on to the next one where we're supposed to use, kind of this fact that we can see all the changes going on here. We should be able to use that data from the accelerometers to measure the tilt in the x and y direction. So this is the homework to calculate the tilt in the x and y direction, the pitch and roll of our board here. And I'll be the first to say it. I didn't get this. I folded up like a cheap Walmart lawn chair. I mean, I understood that we would need to use the trigonometry. I understood that we need to get the vectors right and understand the angles, but putting that picture together is something that just doesn't go into my brain for some reason. So I did a lot of searching around, and I did find some nice pictures that finally got me to the right solution as well, using the arctangent. And so for the tilt in the x direction, we'd use the x acceleration over the z acceleration and take the arctangent of that, convert it to degrees. And the y, we would use the y acceleration over the z and take the arctangent of that. So this program simply just prints those to the screen, and we can use the plotter to visualize it. So let's just kick it off here. All right, so the board is nice and flat right now. So let's just go ahead and tilt it. So I'm tilting in the one direction for the x, and then we'll tilt in the other. And I think it's pretty accurate. And then let's try the y here. So we'll come up, and we'll go the other way. So yeah, we're working in both directions, and we've got the positive and negative, so we can know which way it's going. So that seems to be working pretty well. So now our last challenge was, Paul asked us, in what condition or orientation would we be able to get 0g reading in the x, y, and z? And I'm happy to say that my first thought was, when we were dropping it or having it free fall, we kind of counteract the force of gravity in the z direction. That should work. But he asked us to demonstrate it. So let me put together my drop zone so that we can watch it drop and see the results. Okay, we'll come back to the code we used at the beginning, where we're just gathering the x, y, and z accelerations. So we'll just kick that off. There we go. And we can see that the z is indeed registering the 1g. And so my hypothesis is that when we drop this, we should at some point see all three axes record 0. I don't think it's going to be perfect. I have tried this a couple of times. One, I'm not dropping it very far, so we have to catch it pretty quickly. And two, it bounces around, so we're going to get some noise as it bounces and hits things, and I'm not going to drop it exactly flat and all that kind of stuff. But I think we should, with a couple of drops, we ought to be able to see this. So let's give it a go. I think we observed it there, but let's try one more time. And there we go. All right, let's go ahead and stop and take a look at this data. So if we roll back, yeah, we can see right in here, as it was dropping, that we got to a point where we were registering 0G for all three axes, and I think we even saw it on the other one too. Let's see if we can go back. Yeah, that one was a little exciting when it dropped and bounced, but yeah, here's a place where, yeah, we also observed 0G on all three axes. So yeah, free fall is where we could observe that. Have to be a little bit careful dropping everything, and I did think maybe I should put the battery on it, and I thought about that for a while, and then I thought, maybe just a simple drop, not setting anything up. But I think that would be an improvement that we could use, put the battery on, and then you could drop it from a higher height. But I guess at some point you might get a little nervous about dropping all the equipment here. All right, well, that's my homework, and thanks, Paul. This has been great.